Youth are the future of any society. The choices they make today will affect the direction of our communities tomorrow. It is very important that youth make the right choices wherever and whenever. But here's the trick. It's become increasingly impossible or difficult as a young person to choose between doing the right thing or what is popular. As it is said, when you are young, you are not young forever, you are only young once. So you have the choice to make.
That's so true, Ubong. Peer pressure can be both subtle and direct, and it influences how youth behave.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely, Sadiat. Good morning, and welcome to Global Morning. Today on the show, we're talking about peer pressure and how it actually affects youth decision, peer pressure and youth decision. Because when you're young, especially between the ages of 12 to 18, there are a lot of choices you have to make. You see your friends, the way they keep their hair, the way they wear their dresses, the way they wear their clothes generally.
Yes, you just want to be like them. You want to live to a standard whereby, like, doing things you can't afford because of the pressure from the society. You want to be like famous artists, you know, that will lead to so many stuff.
Peer pressure may not totally be bad, so it has a good influence. Because I remember those days in my secondary school, we had these students that will wake up in the night to read, and if you're not waking up in the night to read, to be like, you're not in vogue. So peer pressure is about what the society is doing, and it seems you are being pressurized to do it, because if you stand out, people are looking at you like, are you sure something is not wrong with you? Everybody do it, why are you not doing it?
Yes,
so,
you want to also do it. Like, it has its disadvantages and it also has its advantage. You get, so peer pressure is not all about disadvantage. Like you just stated now, it has like in school those days, you see person they hit like 5 point something GPA, and you see there for 1 point, you'll be like, I want to work and be hard and be like this person. I want to come out before. Before you know, you start seeing people going out to read, and then you feel, okay, I want to go and read as well because I have that target. I want to hit that target. So peer pressure, it has disadvantage as well.
Yeah, obviously. You know, it's everywhere. In the streets, in the church, you just walk around your street, you see people, and you're like, that guy is wearing a new dress every time, wearing a new clothes and all of that. In the church, there's pressure from some people, you know, some churches. In the mosque, maybe you tell us about that. There's pressure everywhere in the society. In your family, people are like, you are 18 now, we never, you know. I saw a video the other day of one school where students went to schools with vehicles and all of that, and they were, you know, trying to pressurize their lecturers. They were saying, we are students, to see the cars we are driving, look at the cars lecturers are driving. So it's everywhere. Even our parents also face this pressure. But for today's discussion, we want to look at how peer pressure affects youth and their decision making.
Yeah, we will explore how peer pressure shows up in school, in our environments, and then from there we'll then talk about newspaper, weather forecast, taste and texture, and stuffs like that. All
right, so today we have a wonderful session for you. We're going to be having a wonderful session. We have a session that's going to be packed from all of the things Sadiat has mentioned, and Sadiat and myself are here to keep you company. It's a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
How are you? How's your week? I hope you had a great week. You had a great time. You had fun. Even if you didn't have fun, just take your time and rest. Everything will be fine.
From Monday to Friday, Saturday you need to rest. So yes, just sit back, relax, and then watch what we have for you.
Yeah, so our job is simple: to keep you company and make sure you have a wonderful and a beautiful Saturday morning. All right, so let's go for a short break as we go look at what the papers are saying this morning. And when we go back, we'll get straight into our discussion: peer pressure and youth decision. All right, it's still Global Morning, the weekend edition. My name is Ubong Osoro, and I have with me
Sadia Yakubu.
All right, so our task is simple. Keep your company this morning. Make sure you're fine and you're doing well. But let's start with the newspapers and get you informed, because it's very important that you stay informed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we'll start with the Nation's newspaper for today, Saturday, the 26th day of July 2025. The headline says, some of the top story says, Presidency to Kwankwaso, Tinubu not neglecting the North.
Yeah.
Tinubu not neglecting the North.
And then I think we have a EFCC warns against suspicious foreign airline ticket promo.
Yeah, let's even talk about this Tinubu not neglecting the
North.
I saw
yes.
when former governor of
Kano
State,
Kwankwaso
came out to say that the North has not really benefited from the government of
the
President
current,
Tinubu.
yeah.
And we saw when Bayo Nanuga, SA publicity to the president, came out and released a statement and listed some projects that has been done in the North, from roads to energy to agriculture to educational projects and all of that. But for me, I think it's about time we stop this sectarianism where we use a line to divide the country between the North and the South, and we're always looking at ourselves, what has been done for the South, what has been done for the North. I think if we look at Nigeria holistically as a country, like this is Nigeria that belongs to all of us, that it makes more sense than always looking at it from the point of North and South.
I wouldn't want to comment much on this because I might say something that might offend someone, So I think, anyways, it's fair.
We are one country.
Yeah, absolutely. We are one.
Yeah. Okay, so give us the other stories that we have on the Nation's.
And then we have SDP, still on the Nation newspaper. We have SDP NEC dissolves government-led National Working Committee. Secretary fault process.
All right, so this story came out yesterday, and one of our colleagues, Topsy Gimba, two of our colleagues, and Enyete Patrick. So, the SDP had some crisis, and this faction came out to dissolve the National Executive Committee of the party, while another faction also sent us a press release yesterday that they're not aware. So we're seeing the SDP having that leadership crisis that it seems it's becoming a pattern in Nigerian political parties, because the PDP just finished a tussle between who is the secretary of the party, Sam Anyanwu, and Ugo Chinyere. We had apart from the APC that has not really been immersed in leadership crisis. Currently, the Labour Party is in some sort of leadership crisis where we have two people claiming to be national chairman of the party, Abure and Senator Naimade, in the Labour Party. And now we have the SDP. So it goes to question Nigeria political system. Why is it that we always have these issues in Nigeria? Why are we not able to have political parties that can stand on its own without having crisis, have internal mechanism to solve issues? Because, come on, I'm not expecting political parties to not have friction. That would be totally me not being straightforward, because political party is made up of everybody. People are coming from everywhere, and I don't know if people take tests of about personality tests before they join political parties. I don't think it happens. So you have people from the North, from the South, from
every part of Nigeria.
Yeah, even brothers in a family will always have
issues, and then we resolve it.
So talk more of political parties. But I'm more concerned about these parties being able to solve their internal process, internal problems at home, inside the party, without Nigerians getting to know about it. It's becoming,
what's going on?
It's not a good one that we're having all of this crisis, from the Labour Party to the SDP to and all of the other parties. So yeah.
All right, moving on to the next story. It says Tinubu moves to resolve 4 trillion naira power sector debt.
Yeah, this is a big story. I saw this yesterday. I even saw a pronouncement from some of the electricity company that said if the states are subsidizing cost of power, that the state is going to be paying it to them. Power is very important to move any nation forward. It is very important because without power, small-scale businesses cannot thrive. Without power, you can't do simple things like ironing. Like, you need power to do almost anything. So I think in whatever they do, they should be able to make sure that Nigerians, at the end of the day, have 24-hour power supply. I think that's what Sadiya needs and every other Nigerian.
Yes, truly, sincerely, we need this, what's it called? If he clears the debts, if God helps him to clear the debts, I think we'll go a long way in terms of power in the country.
I think Nigerians are not even interested in whether the debt is cleared or not. We just want to have power.
We just want to have power.
You wake up in the night, you are not thinking, I've not charged my phone,
I've not charged this, I want to iron my clothes, I want to do this. There is light.
You know that feeling when you have power for 18 hours and you're like, there will be power all throughout.
Yes, you have that confidence.
You wake up. Just when you wanted to charge your phone. And there's this confidence that comes with having power around. You will not charge your phone. You'll be like, I'll charge it later. And just when you're about to, and there's no power.
Then they will shock your ministry.
Can be so painful. All right, so let's take the last story.
Yes, let's take the last story. It says a president reunites with 1999 governors class at State House.
Yeah, nobody saw it. For me, I didn't see this coming. President Tinubu meeting with the class of governors of 1999. Those were governors that were from 1999 to 2007. Okay. You know, Ibn Idiong, we had Victor Attah for Akwa Ibom. We had all of those other governors that were there during that time. For him to be able to call all of them, at least the ones that are still alive and those ones that were around for a meeting, it was a very, I don't know what they discussed, I don't have details of that meeting, but you give it to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He knows how to reach out to people. He knows how to, talk to people. And this is a good one. They started the political history of Nigeria, at least from the Third Republic, from when we had from 1999. So they have a lot of value to give back to the country. So, meeting with them, maybe they discussed what they didn't do and what could be done better.
Yeah,
there's this ability you have when you now look at things from retrospect, when you are done, it gives you a clearer picture. For instance, they call it a bird eye view. If you were in primary one, let's use secondary school, there are things now that if you go back to secondary school, you do better.
Yes.
Because you now know better.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe these governors know better now and are going to advise Mr.
And then he's trying to bring them, like seeking for advice or guidance, since they've been there before him. They've been in leadership, before him, so that they will kind of show him ways out of some kind of issues.
Yeah, you cannot take away the fact that they have ideas.
Yes, they have ideas.
So they could say, let's do like this, and at the end of the day, it's about moving the country forward.
Yes.
So, a big one, and I think with that, we are done with the Nation's newspaper this morning. If you want to get more stories and get more details about this story, please pick up the Nation newspaper from a local vendor.
And up next, the next newspaper is The Guardian.
All right, the Guardian newspaper, our weekend edition of the Guardian newspaper for July the 26th. What's the lead story?
Decades after Nigerian wobbles to produce a fiscal ID card for citizens.
All right, so let's talk about this, because for me, I've talked about this before. The quest of every institution in Nigeria to give verification, I don't understand, because if you go to the bank, they'll take your BVN.
Yes.
You are writing JAMB does verification, and you do some kind of verification. You go to you are getting a SIM card, you do verification.
Yes.
There's a national ID card, there's a voter's card, there's a driver's license, different series of verification. And even after all of this, for instance, the NIMC, NIMC, NIN number and all of that.
Yeah.
To get the card, many Nigerians have not gotten the plastic cards till today.
Till date.
So you start questioning, why do we even need this multiplicity of cards when in other places, in other countries, you could just have the social identity number. then with your social identity number, nobody needs to give you all of this. You click into anywhere and they can track you. So they have one identity system. So why do we have this multiplicity of agencies who are doing the same thing? And to date, Nigerians cannot get their physical card, and that's what that paper is actually highlighting.
Yeah,
the
decades after Nigerian wobbles to produce physical ID card for citizens.
It's still very difficult.
Still very difficult.
Many persons have not gotten that card. Let's take other stories.
Then we have our presidency debunks Kwankwaso's claim North is marginalized under Tinubu.
Yeah,
we still have the same story popping up here.
President saying no, it's not true. We've not done it, and came out with this fact. All right.
Yes, then we have Tinubu meets Genco's move to resolve 4 trillion naira debt.
Yeah. So let me give you some understanding about the power sector. So we have 3 legs in the power sector. We have the Gencos, who are the generating companies. They call them Gencos.
Yeah.
Then we have the distribution, the transmission companies. We have the transmission companies. When power is generated from the generating companies, most of those companies don't transmit. The transmission companies will now transmit the power. Then we have the last leg, which is the distribution company. That's when the PHCN, Port Harcourt Electricity Company, Abuja Electricity Company, and the rest of them come in, because those ones distribute the power that has been generated by the Gencos and transmitted by the transmission company. So these Gencos have talked about the government owing them so much. Of course, we know that Nigeria for a long time had been subsidizing electricity, and all of that. So that's the money that Tinubu is meeting them to talk about how do we resolve, because 4 trillion, it's actually a lot of money.
And that's on page 36 of the The Guardian newspaper, in case you would want to read more about this topic or the story. It's on page 36 of the Guardian newspaper for today. So moving on to the next story, it said, looming flood relocates to safer grounds now. NSCDC warns Edo residents, and that's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is a wonderful thing that we're having more of these warnings in Nigeria now. NIMET has been trying their best, and we have NSCDC now, joining to give Nigeria, because it happens everywhere in the world. When these disaster management agencies are able to, track disasters before it happens. Somebody said the other day that a good law enforcement officer is not when you arrest criminals. Yeah. It's when the act of criminality has already been done. It's when you are able to track them when they are still planning. So this is a good one for those for the commission who actually came out with this directive. So please, Nigerians, let me beg now, because I know some persons, when information is given, please relocate to higher grounds, to safer grounds. People they want to stay there and see if the flood will come. So if there are credible evidence that your area may be flooded, you may want to leave that area for some time and maybe come back later, because you have one life. So good one. We want to see more of this kind of information. Let's get to a point where you even inform us that power will go off.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let's not come and shock us.
Yeah, so you inform us that in 2 days power will go off. Yeah, I know some persons are doing that, but let it be regular. Let's involve all of these processes. Okay.
All right, so moving on to the next paper, which is Vanguard.
Okay. The Vanguard newspaper, weekend edition, Saturday edition of Vanguard. What's it saying?
It says, strip president of power to control judiciary, INEC.
All right, so this conversation is an ongoing conversation. People are like, if the president will be, we are going to go into an election which the president will contest in that election. Is it proper that the president appoints an INEC chairman that will oversee an election which he will be a partaker or a candidate in that election? That's an ongoing conversation that people have had, because there's this feeling that if you are appointed by the president, you may be induced by that appointment, because come on, he appointed you. It says a popular saying says, "He who pays the piper detects the tune." So that's an ongoing conversation, and I don't know if the president will be willing to do that. And also the judiciary, people have also talked about the powers of the president in appointing the chief judge and chief justices and all of that, because most times after elections, people go to the courts to challenge the proceedings.
Yes.
And those who give the final verdict are justices that were appointed by the president. So,
yes, so
are they going to give verdicts that do not support the president? But we've seen with President Jonathan in 2015, where he appointed Atari Rujiga as INEC chairman. But the same Atari Rujiga supervised an election that he lost in the election.
Yes.
So I think it's up for debate if appointment can actually influence people from doing the right thing.
All right, we have private sector raises alarm as public debt raise to 200 trillion naira.
Yeah, public debt, Nigeria is owing a lot, some companies are owing a lot, some parastatals are owing, because some parastatals are renting buildings, they are doing some businesses with contractors. I know a contractor in, let me not mention the state, but I know a contractor who actually complained about being owed by the government for a long time. So sometimes people are contracted to do things for ministries and the monies are not released on time, and it's not actually a good one, yeah.
All right, things you don't know about the new APC chairman, and that's on page 43 of the Vanguard newspaper.
All right, so the APC during the NEC meeting just this week appointed the former humanitarian minister, Yelwata, as the new APC chairman. I didn't see this coming. Many Nigerians didn't see this coming. Yelwata is not really a popular name, and but it's from Plateau State, ran for governor, was not able to win, and the president appointed him as minister, and we're seeing him being appointed now as the APC chairman. So maybe you want to know about him, who is Yelwata, and what is his pedigree, what does he bring to the table as a new APC chairman? This is your chance.
All right. So if you have another...
All right, so we have other, other headlines on the Vanguard this morning. This one says, without security, there won't be any progress. Let's talk about that as idea for a minute.
Without security, there won't be any progress.
Are businesses able to thrive? Are schools, children able to go to school when there's insecurity?
No, you can't go to school when there is insecurity. Just like you can't go to bed with your two eyes closed. Whatever you're doing, you'll be thinking about your own safety. What would happen in the next 3 minutes? You understand? So,
all right. So that means, according to Sadiat, security is very important.
It's very, very necessary.
And you want to read about that on page 8 on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. What that is saying. Okay, we'll take one more and we'll move to the next paper.
Yes.
Okay, so this one says, health breakthrough, Discovery offers new hope for early detection of pancreatic cancer.
That's on page 4.
Yeah, page 44. Yeah, page 44. Okay, so good one. We want to see more improvement, because health is wealth.
Yes.
Common is wealth. And there are lots of people falling sick now. A lot of, just take care of yourself, please. Please be good. Make sure you're able to eat well, you're able to rest well, sleep well. Just be fine, I beg.
Just be fine. Take care of your health. Yes.
So just make sure you're
problem not the finish. Just try to enjoy. So please take care of your health.
Take the day as it comes.
Yes.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Whatever comes your way, pressure. Don't pressure yourself that much.
All right. So the last paper that we're looking at this morning is the Punch newspaper, Saturday Punch, and on the radar it says Nigerians Nigerians risk deportation as UK scraps sponsorship for over 100 skilled jobs. That's a big story. Nigerians risk deportation as UK scraps sponsorship for over 100 skilled jobs. So it goes on to say caregivers, artists, fashion designers and other affected. Over 10,000 fear losing legal status. This is a big one. I don't know how the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the Nigerian Diaspora Commission are able to interact with the UK government, because if over 10,000 Nigerians are coming back, what are they coming to do? Do we have opportunities in the
for
country?
Them?
Where they're coming to start life afresh, and let's see how that can be resolved. Let's have some diplomatic meetings. The UK is close to Nigeria. They colonized us. We have a close history with the UK. Let's see. It will not be good, because a lot of people that left Nigeria with hopes that they will get into the UK, get a better life, and probably come back and do well. There are limited opportunities in Nigeria. We know that. So let's see if the government are able to resolve that.
All right, we have the next story: marginalization. Northern Group backs a Kwankwaso as a FG Afenifere push back.
All right, so it's still about the North being marginalized or not, and I think we may need to contextualize that. Kwankwaso needs to give us verifiable data. It's not just about making statements.
Yes.
You have to be able to put facts to back up your statement. If the North is marginalized in what sense? Is it by appointment? The presidency came out to say, by appointment, this is it, this is that. By project, this is this, this is that. So how are they marginalized? Is it just in 2 years? Northern was a president for 8 years. So I think these are some of the things that we, as leaders, I would like to advise that we are careful in the speeches we make, because they may end up inflaming the country.
And then we have the next story. Tinubu seeks more time to verify 4 trillion naira Genco debts.
Yeah, so he had the meeting with them yesterday. We've talked about this in the other papers already, and he's seeking more time. Give us time and we'll pay. I know these are people's investments. They've done a lot of investment, because that sector needs massive investment. There are sectors that you cannot just put in 10 million and think you've done something. For you to invest in power, it takes a lot of serious-minded investment. So the government should please be able to settle them, because people took out loans, people took out to be able to invest in Nigeria. And when we are able to settle their debts, more investors will have confidence in coming to Nigeria.
All right, we have the SDP crisis deepens as NECSAC, the NWC, that is National Working Committee, members are party disowns El-Rufai.
Yeah, I saw yesterday a statement where they said El-Rufai is not speaking for the SDP, he's speaking for itself. So you can get all of this information from the Punch newspaper this morning. Get across your local vendor and get a copy of the Punch newspaper and get all of this information. And other papers that you can lay your hands on. Like we always say, information is very important, because information is wealth. Knowledge is power, and that's the much we can take on this this week's edition of the newspaper segment of Global Morning. My name is Ubong Osoro.
And I am Sadia Yakubu.
Yeah, we'll come back after this short break. All right, wonderful, beautiful Saturday to you. This is the Saturday edition of Global Morning. My name is Bong Osoro, and I have with me the very delectable, beautiful, and adorable Sadiat.
Sadia Yakubu.
All right, so we're just here to help make your weekend better, make your weekend super. I know you're stressed throughout the week. You've had all of the heavy things that you did, the long talk, the intense talk. So just to keep it simple and make sure you enjoy your weekend. Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. So let's see. Yeah, we are just back from the papers. We looked at what the papers are saying. Like we said, please grab a copy of the paper from your local vendor and get all of the stories. And so now we want to. Sadiat has something for us. Test and texture. Is it? What's it about?
I have something for you people. Like it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be lovely. Test and texture. Don't go anywhere. It's coming up soon.
Hello, food lovers, and welcome to Taste and Texture, the show where flavor meets passion and every dish tells a story. I am your host, Sadia Yakubu. Each week, I will take you on a delicious journey through kitchens, culture, and cuisine from around the world. From mouth-watering street food to gourmet creations, from hidden local gems to international delights, we've got it all cooking right here. Whether you are a seasoned chef, a curious foodie, or just love to eat, there is something here for you. So grab your fork, bring your appetite, and let's dig in. On this week's episode of the program, I will be teaching you how to prepare pancake with honey and tea for breakfast. For the pancake, you will need ingredients like flour, baking powder, sugar, optional, salt, optional, milk, egg, butter or oil, vanilla extract, and honey, optional. Directions: 1. Gather the ingredients. 2. Combine flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt in a large bowl. Make a well in the center and pour in milk, oil, and egg. Mix until smooth. 4. Heat a lightly oiled griddle or frying pan over medium-high heat. Pour or scoop butter onto the griddle, using 1/4 cup for each pancake. Cook until bubbles form and the edges are dry. 1 to 2 minutes. Flip and cook until browned. On the other side, repeat with remaining butter. Serve hot and enjoy with either honey or plain, with tea or pap. That's it on Taste and Texture. Hope you will try this recipe. Join me same time next week for another episode of the program. I am Sadia Yakubu. Bye for now.
Sadia. All right, welcome back from that. What I call it? That taste and the texture. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're gonna try these at home. I promise you, if you try it, it will be very, very nice. Have you ever tried pancake?
Yeah, I have eaten pancake a lot of times, but I have not cooked, and I don't know how to prepare it. But thank you for teaching. One of these days, maybe after when we're done with the show, maybe I'll just go, get some and try to do something. I like trying new things. Thank you so much, Sadiat, for taking our time to actually teach us. I hope that you're a good cook, right?
Definitely.
I know, right? I don't know, no. You know, I know. Let's even go teach person how to cook. She knows how to cook, guys.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. So now we want to talk about our topic for today: peer pressure and youth decisions, because it's actually very important that we talk to our young people about making decisions early and not being overly influenced by people, being able to stand out, being able to dominate your environment, being able to be the star, and not being cocky. It's a thin line, but you have to walk that line finely. You're not cocky, you're not insulting, you're not disrespectful, but you have a stand. You have a stand. You know that you stand for the right thing and not just things that are popular.
That's the confidence. Just be confident. Have that confidence. What if you want to take any decision, you have to think about it. You have to think properly about anything you want to do at all. So as if Mr. A is coming to you to say, Ubong, I want you to do this thing. Oh, didn't you see the way people are doing like this? You think, if you don't have anybody, like if you can't confide in anybody, you can just take a time and then think thoroughly about what that person said. Look at the advantages and then the disadvantages. Look out for your background, like where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You get, so that you will not act waywardly. Most especially to us, to we ladies, we women, you see that you want to be like auntie this and the auntie that to come and say, didn't you see the way things are being done? You are still local. You don't want to belong. You get my point. And that's where we'll get it all wrong.
All right, so
before we'll fall. That's the disadvantage of peer pressure as well.
Okay, so I'm still talking about the disadvantages of peer pressure. Is that peer pressure could push you to do things that stand against your moral standards and your ethics, because you're just doing it because a group of friends are doing it. You're going out because people are going out. I have friends that have told me, is it that you don't go out on these days and you don't go out to this kind of places? For me, it doesn't tickle my fancy. I love being indoors. I'm not saying that outings are bad.
No.
It's my thing, and I know. So you can't pressurize me to do what I don't want to do. If it's something I don't want to do, I would rather walk away. So you have to have the stand, at least for the right thing, so you don't end up landing yourself in problems. There are many people today who are in prisons. There are many people today who are in the hospital, who are in police cells because they followed wrong advice. Sometimes we've even had cases of people following people, and the persons they followed are being arrested, and maybe they were searched, and contraband goods are found on them, and they also are arrested as accomplices when they know nothing about that. So you have to be careful and stand for what you believe.
Excellently. And then we are not saying that peer pressure is bad, or it doesn't have advantage. Peer pressure has advantages, and it definitely has disadvantages. So we are talking about the disadvantages. The advantage of this as well is when you get to meet people, different kind of people, you tend to learn from them. You learn things from them, different things that can impact meaningfully in your lives. So when you're choosing a kind of peer group to follow, people to mingle with, you'd have to be smart as well. You think about it, you look at it from the other perspective. If me relating with this person, if it's going to be negative, if it's going to be positive, then you definitely know your stand. You don't allow people to kind of pressurize you in doing things to please them and not you.
All right, so let's even talk about today. One of the biggest proponents of pressure today is social media.
Talking about social media has advantages. A lot of advantages, and it definitely has disadvantages. You see Facebook, you see a lady who posts like going half naked, doing things that are immoral. Let me just use that word, immoral. And then one innocent auntie there or uncle there want to be like that person. Now what you see on social media, you would want to practice it as well. Because yes, you two now kind of, you set your camera and then you start doing like this, doing like that, and this person did it, me too, I want to do it. Did you know about the person? Have you made research about the person? Did you know the background that person is coming from, that you want to act like that person? You see, this social media, I think there's a certain time that, if I'm not mistaken, that they wanted banning social media in Nigeria.
During President Muhammadu Buhari, Twitter was banned for some time.
Exactly. So if you look at this social media, you see a lot of things are happening out there using this social media. Few days back, I heard about a lady's story that a story about a lady rather that she traveled all the way from one of the states in Nigeria to meet someone in Lagos. Getting to Lagos, she contacted the man she was going to see, not knowing that he had already arranged 4 of his friends inside the room. And as soon as she entered,
yeah, a lot of things that actually happen on social media, both positive and negative. So you have to be careful so you're not pressurized into doing the wrong things, because people change clothes every time. Does not mean, you know. And somebody told me something. He said, any picture you see on social media, the person is posting his best picture.
Yes.
Somebody posts their rough days on social media. It's very difficult to see people come out and are very plain. So people only post birthdays, celebrations, and you're like,
where is my own?
So you have to take it easy on yourself. Peer pressure is actually a thing, but when you know your values and you know what you stand for, so it takes us to being able to decide where are you going in life. Like we mentioned, I told you when we started the program that there was a time when I wanted to be a pilot, I wanted to be a soldier, I wanted to be so many things. I didn't even know. So because I was pressurized by friends who say, this is what I want to be. So you have to find yourself.
Yes.
And who are you? What do you like? What are your passions? What are the things that that tricks you, you know? And you are able to walk along the line and do it well. And one quick thing I'll mention is that you must find the right mentors, find the right people, listen to people that could help your life, read good books.
Exactly.
Watch speeches of great people. Practice and keep practicing, keep getting better, because the truth is that when you are good at your craft, nobody can hide you. You actually shine. So there's no need to pressurize yourself. If you're already there, if you're already pressurized into doing the wrong things, there's still a way you can come out of it. Yeah, there's nothing you cannot come out. Is it addiction? Is it whatever? You can actually come out of it, and by doing some of the things Sadiat is going to tell us to do.
Yeah, so please, we should be safe. Always try to be safe. If you're going out, if you get to meet anybody on social media, please, you inform anybody you know you can confide in. You talk to the person. This is it. If you're going out, please, your movement. We know that yes, you are allowed to go to anywhere because you're an adult. But then you'd have to notify, like tell someone that this is where I'm going and this is who I am meeting. You get, or you learn something on social media. You can table it that, Ubong, this is what I learned on social media. How did you see it? Is it good or bad? Get to hear opinion about that particular, what's it called, particular thing, either talk, either books, either just confide in someone, seek for advice, so that it won't look as if someone is trying to pressurize you somewhere in doing things that you wouldn't like or your family wouldn't like, because you're carrying your family name. Of course, you didn't fall from heaven. You have parents, you have friends, you have relatives. So please, whatever you're doing, just try to be considerate, and you think about your background, where you're coming from, and then you try to look at the advantages and the disadvantages of anything that a friend or any person is telling you to do.
Yeah, so let's look at some of the effects of peer pressure, some of the negative effects of peer pressure. Peer pressure can lead to loss of identity because you lose yourself and you start acting like others. You start wanting to be like somebody. We are not saying it's wrong, you know, to want to be like people, especially people that have succeeded and know their craft. But
famous people.
Yes, but with peer pressure, you may want to just be like the next girl, your next door neighbor who buys her hair. I hear that there's something called Peruvian hair.
Oh,
I've heard Peruvian hair. I've heard Brazilian hair. Let's stop there for now, guys. So yeah, so you start wanting to be like others. That can actually happen. Peer pressure can lead you into following and getting addicted into risky behavior like drinking excessively, but like smoking, like being in a gang, like getting into cultism, and many other vices that will not be good for you. So you need to be careful. Select your friends, and not just because you see people, you're like, let me just follow. Be careful. Check through. There's something called background check.
Yes, background check. So
you check through to be sure. All right. Peer pressure can also lead to mental health struggle, depression. All my friends have made it too.
I want to make it too.
My friends are married, I'm not yet married. My friends are bought car, I'm not yet bought car. My friends are living in Guarimpa, I'm living at Maraba.
Oh, nyanya. And you want to live in Asokoro. So please don't pressurize yourself.
Don't pressurize yourself. If it's Maraba, you can live in Maraba and be happy, my dear brother.
Don't allow anybody to oppress you.
Yeah, say no to oppression.
Say no, big no to oppression.
All right, so peer pressure can also lead to distraction. You're not able to concentrate with your life. I remember those days in the university where we had some colleagues that got into peer pressure and were not coming to classes again and all of that. So it's a whole lot. You need to be careful that you don't fall into this trap of peer pressure. Yeah. All right, so let's be real. Sadie, I'm going to ask you, have you experienced peer pressure before?
Of course, while growing up.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're not experiencing it again?
No, because
so I have friends that will come and say, you've not done this, this is this. So you have, it's constantly.
If you're bringing that to me, like, Sadia, why are you not yet married? You're still single. Why? Your friends are married. I'm like, everybody get your own time.
Oh, okay.
So I just give them instant reply. Everybody get your time. I won't allow them. You see, I have a friend then that fell into this pressure from peer pressure. You get. Then she ran and then got married to this man. Before you know it, before a year, she called me that, Sadia, I am divorcing my husband. I said, why? When una do the marriage, all the old stress, now don't make people spend money finish, come wedding, we don't buy and go. You can't dey divorce husband, where we say marriage never reach 1 year. What's the problem? And it was a pressure from a group of friends and family members that she's still single and not yet married, and that was why she had to marry that man.
Even when she knew that the character of the guy was
not good.
Let's talk about
he will change.
Yeah, there's this thing where we have this clothes come out and it becomes popular.
Yes, and then you see everybody wants to buy. Yes, and then wear, so that you say, Ubon is a big boy. He's putting on this clothes. Me too. I want to buy the clothes so that I'll be a big girl or a big boy like Umbo.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. If you have the funds, right, you can
buy
get clothes that are in vogue.
Yeah.
But you also have to think about, if this clothes is not in vogue again, can you still wear it? Because there are some things that if 1300 pass, you may wear and don't pass. Right? So you have to think about all of these things. The economic importance.
Yeah.
Don't pressurize it.
Don't pressurize yourself.
Do what you can do and let people know what you stand for. Even in families, please, children don't. I'm not saying parents should not provide for children, but please don't pressurize yourself. Wives. This is
why you're emphasizing on wives. I don't understand.
Wives, don't pressurize your husbands.
Husbands, don't pressurize your wives.
Salah, you need a new clothes. Christmas, you need a new clothes. Let's I'm not saying let's manage life. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not managed. Don't get me wrong. I don't like management.
But why are you emphasizing on wives? That is what I want to know.
Conversation for another day. Guys, thank you so much. We'll have a lot of fun and we've had a good time on the show today.
Yeah.
Remember that Global Money Weekend Edition is just to help you start your weekend on a good day. My name is Umpong Osora, and today we'll be looking at peer pressure. I've had the very delectable, wonderful, amazing, adorable Sadiat with me in the studio sharing information to us. She told us earlier about how to cook, and she told us that she doesn't pressurize people into getting her things. So
No.
she said it on air. All right, so you have after now, Sadia, I'll call out this part where you said you don't pressurize people to get stuff. So
I don't pressurize people.
Yeah, I'll send it to all your contacts. So no more send me whatever. All right, guys. So that's the much you can take on the weekend edition of Global Money. This is Sadia.
My name is Sadia Yakubu Yahya, saying please learn to communicate and don't fall for pressure.
Yeah.
Don't be depressed. Always find someone. Get someone reliable to talk to.
Get someone.
Yes, talk to someone today, please. And depression is real. Peer pressure exists.
Yeah.
So we're saying that thank you very much for being part of the program. Do join us same time tomorrow as the program will come your way with another exciting package of it.
All right.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.